It's like an adventure every time.
I know. It's like rediscovering what we're doing each time. It's amazing.
And we start.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Nub Podcast. This is The Murse.
This is Felton.
And we are going to talk about Dutch ovens and probably how to garden vegetables.
And the Matthewapoclypse.
Yes, the Matthewapoclypse. All right, I hope everybody out there survived the Matthewapoclypse. I'm really glad that it was nowhere near as bad as the news was making out to be.
Except for St. Augustine.
Well, yeah, we don't live in St. Augustine.
They got it as bad as they made it out to be.
Oh my god. But I honestly thought, I was like, oh, so the Mad Max universe is really going to come to life now after this storm.
Did you see Shep Smith
on the
Fox?
news? Yeah.
His little, mental breakdown he had during this whole thing.
When he was upset because it didn't hit us as hard as...
Before he goes, I have a wedding this weekend. So you all need to evacuate, get out, because if too many of you perish, they're going to send me down there. It's like, it's going to kill your kids, or it's going to kill your family, everybody you know. Oh, and it's going to kill your kids, too. Yes. And I'm telling you, his delivery, it was exactly like that.
Oh, my God, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. I enjoyed it.
So, again, I'm glad that at least the Brevard area, from what I understand, didn't get hit too hard. My house was fine. Your house looks like it was fine, so...
Yeah, I fortified it with,
duct
adamantium.
tape. Yeah.
Yeah, I just taped a bunch of cloned Wolverines
on
the outside of my house. They didn't like it very much.
Of course. I mean, they said Bub a whole lot, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Bub,
it almost
Bub.
wasn't worth it. Yeah. Bub, get me out of here, Bub!
It's probably pretty annoying, actually.
Yeah, it was bad.
But, at work for me, I had to work during the hurricane, right?
Yeah.
And we lost power, and, our doors, are locked with the power. So we actually had to, zip tie our doors together to keep...
say something else.
Yeah, we had to zip tie the people there. We had to zip tie our doors against the hurricane. I'm like, if this is a Category 5, we're all just getting sucked out of this place. It's just going to happen.
It's just going to, it's literally the building will just explode.
Exactly.
There's wood splinters everywhere.
All right. So, what's going on out there in the world of nerddom?
Well, there is I don't even know if this is a new phenomenon.
Okay.
But, I follow... a lot of the cosplayers out there. I like
Absolutely.
to stay in the know in the cosplay community.
You got your finger on the pulse of the cosplay community.
I mean, you could almost say I'm the oracle of cosplay.
Oh,
I mean, I sit back and I'm viewing all the screens.
Okay.
And what I actually do is I give myself a spinal tap so I can't walk. And
So again, we're just going to keep going back to our old podcasts. So if you don't listen to the previous podcast, you're never going to get our jokes.
So
is the Joker going to do horrible things to you first before this, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
And then you get to sleep with Batman too, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I guess if it's Ben Affleck, I don't know. I don't rightly have anything, any problems with him.
Felton, get in the bat boat.
Get in the bat cave.
I'm going to the bat cave.
Oh no.
So all right, sorry, go ahead.
This is awful. So I've been following this stuff, and one of the things I've noticed is, and it's happening cosplayer after cosplayer after cosplayer, and this trend has actually been going on for a while, but not in this form. See, there were some cosplayers out there, and I would immediately unfollow them because I have no interest in that, and it's just kind of... Mm-hmm. They would do, adult videos.
Okay.
So it's almost like you're not really just a normal person doing cosplay, because that's kind of what I like.
Yeah.
They're more of like a porn star or a cam girl.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to be associated with that, because God forbid I'm thumbing through my news feed and something pops up right there and somebody sees it and thinks I'm a weirdo looking at that stuff in public.
Exactly. I like to keep my porn life really hidden. Not when I'm at work.
I don't like to discuss it on buses with
or
people.
podcasts. Yeah.
Or a podcast. So this is a trend that's been going on. So what actually started happening was people started spoofing cosplayers' Facebooks and websites.
Okay.
And what they do is they friend people, and they are catfishing people into thinking, let's say it's Yaya Han, and Yaya Han messages you, "Hey, be my friend."
Yeah.
And they get you to pay them over PayPal for nudie shows and striptease shows,
oh, geez.
And they take your money.
And then you do nothing.
Then you get nothing.
You lose, sir.
I've seen several of them post hey, if you get a message from me, I don't message people and I don't do striptease.
Yeah.
This is becoming quite an epidemic.
Oh my god, that's what happened when you sent me that request. I was wondering why I never actually got the video. I just thought you were busy with the hurricane.
No, somebody spoofed my.
So I'm not gonna get the. I'm not getting the Inspector Gadget helicopter video.
No, not in the way you're thinking. No.
Go Gadget copter. All right. Well.
So there's getting there's cosplayers getting catfished out there.
I see that. Wow, that's I gotta look into this. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
you really do have your finger on the pulse.
I haven't even seen. I mean, not that I'm looking that hard, but I haven't actually seen any quote unquote news stories break about this.
Yeah,
I've actually just seen it happen, and cosplayers post like, "Hey,
by the way,
I don't do that.
I'm not a huge.
I'm not a cam girl. Like, so that's interesting.
That is really interesting, actually. Wow, that makes it even scarier now. You know,
yeah.
Like people just trying to do their art, trying to, you know.
Well, not only that, but a lot of these ones, it hurts their. I hate saying brand because I sound like such a fucking.
Yeah, but it does become a brand.
It does, and the thing of it is
you take on a name like Felton Hot Glue.
Yeah.
You know, and now all of a sudden, you know, people are expecting Felton Hot Glue to send nudie pics.
Yeah.
So.
Well, not only that, but they do commissions. They make costumes for people.
Yeah.
They make props for people.
Yeah, and if you're associated with something that's maybe less than wholesome, then some people aren't going to buy from you, of course.
Yeah, they're going to associate that and think, oh, wait a minute, Felton Hut was just another porn star. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, just that's an extra side job, of course.
Well, it has
but
nothing to do with my.
But it has nothing to do with your cosplay. Yeah. Anyways,
so that was neat. A guy actually built a Gibson Cyberdeck.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
I mean, okay, so he made I'll call it the keyboard prosthetic out of a laptop,
okay.
Right? And he, wood and, various things to actually make it look like the Cyberdeck.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used video glasses. So no, like, advanced VR or anything. This is, like, low-budget Cyberdeck. Yeah. So he does video glasses for the computer display.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, I don't quite know how that works, because most video glasses that I've seen out there aren't HD.
Yeah.
They don't possess the resolution, so I'm wondering how good it would even
look.
How
grainy or blocky it might be.
Yeah, like your crappy Windows desktop projected here in, like, 400 by 320. Like, but, it's cool if you're a Cyberpunk fan. And
yeah, that's interesting, at least.
I'm sure you might be able to use it to hack something.
Hacker man.
Like, go to Hacker Typer and, pretend that you're hacking something.
Exactly. Oh, my God. I remember, okay, so my baby brother... for the longest time, he would talk about, he's very grandiose, and he would talk about how, he's hacking this, and he's creating this, and he's doing this, and stuff like that, and he didn't have anything to do this with. Like, he had, like, a crappy laptop, and, like an iPad or something. So I'm like, what the hell do you think you're hacking? But of course, he's a young kid at the time, so I didn't want to, like, completely crush his dreams. So you just kind of sit there and smile and nod, and you're just okay, yeah. But he just talk on and on about, oh yeah, so I created this and I did that, and I created this program, and the whole time I had him like, bullshit, like, what the hell? Who are you fooling? Like, I grew up in this culture. Like, how are you gonna make me believe you when I know you don't have any means of doing that? Anyways, I don't know why I got off on a tangent on that. It's just the whole hacker thing just really makes me think about that.
Well, to me, that reminds me of, it's script kiddie. You get somebody, and I'm guilty of it, downloading programs and just downloading keygen hackers.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought I was my lead hacksaur because I had Photoshop.
I know how to use HTML.
Before companies learn not to release their entire product in a demo, with crappy dump, password algorithms, like they, now they know not to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, oh my God. It reminds me of, did you see the movie, Kung Fury?
Yes.
Okay. Every time, I say hacker man all the time now. Whenever I hear people talking about their great computer skills, and I really wish that movie had been out when my baby brother was younger, because I would just call him Hacker Man. I was just, everywhere I go, Hacker Man.
Hacker Man. Yeah, he is my favorite character
in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. Triceratops.
Triceratops is pretty cool, but I need to lose a few pounds and do some push-ups, and I'm going to do Kung Fury at some point.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Or do the draw on. I'm going to draw on some abs.
Yes, just draw on some abs.
And I'll have a tank top over it, but I'm going to draw them on anyway.
Yeah, draw it on the tank top itself.
An ab slip. That happens occasionally.
It happens all the time. I have ab slips, but since I don't have actual abs, it's just it's
out.
Yes, it just oozes out of my shirt. Just
yeah, it's a cosplay mishap. It's oozing out. Whoops.
Let me tuck my abs back in.
My man corset busted. I saw a picture. I don't remember which Facebook group it was, but somebody shared a photo of a man corset, and the overwhelming response was just kind of, ew. Because he had like a puffy white shirt on and jeans, and like a man corset.
I don't see what the problem with that is. Like, I'm wearing a man corset right now. I mean, it's hard to breathe.
Spanx.
It's hard to breathe, and I've got my belly up where my chest is, so now I've got breasts.
Like you have boobs? Oh my god!
Pretty nice rack going right now, but anyways,
some fat is what's it called? Transient. Like it can move. Like,
yeah.
That freaks me out. I would never attempt to try that. I'm like, ugh.
So what else is going on out there in the nerd world? As I loosen my man corset real quick.
Well, to tie into the Cyberpunk.
Oh, I thought we were going to tie into the man corset for a second.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to that. To tie into the Cyberpunk, we've got news on Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
They're apparently actually making an honest effort to make a game.
Mm-hmm.
There was a update to the engine that they're using. I think it uses the same engine as Witcher 3.
Okay. Well, that's a good engine.
Yeah. They had some updates to it, and they had to... Apparently there was this whole, because people thought they were gonna have to completely rebuild the game. Well, that wasn't the case. They have their own engine.
Okay.
The updates to the engine didn't mess anything up they had, because they made it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Steam, or it's not like Valve coming in, releasing an update which totally breaks your mod, which, God knows how many times that's happened between Half-Life and Half-Life 2, and not Half-Life 3, because it never came out.
Exactly.
But, so apparently there's some good amount of progress with Cyberpunk 2077. There's no word. They don't think it's going to be, I say they, but the news sites that I was reading, no one seems to think it's going to be released by 2017. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that means by the end of this year or next year. CD Projekt is notorious for when it's done.
It's done.
So I'm assuming when it's done, they're going to make it.
Okay.
Now, that being said, if you look at the differences between Witcher 1, 2, and 3, they made a fair amount of progress when it came to the how evolved the game got.
Yeah.
They rolled back a couple of spaces, I think, with 2, because they combined a lot of features. People didn't like it, like mixing the potions and putting in the ingredients. They took that out and made it automatic. People hated it.
I don't know. I mini games in a game, I tend to enjoy greatly, unless they become tedious. Like, that was kind of tedious. Like, to be honest, that was a little tedious.
I'll give you that. It was, and I remember it fondly, but I think I do remember getting frustrated because you would run out of an ingredient.
Yeah.
And fuck! Then you gotta go find it because you really need that potion to beat that monster.
Yeah.
And, it's just kind of no bueno.
But that's, so Cyberpunk 2027, you said?
2077.
2077.
Cyberpunk 2027 is going to be a different game.
It's going to be the one that we create, with little stick figures.
It's going to be the guys with the video glasses on Windows 7 watching YouTube videos. Ooh, I'm a hacker.
Hacker man.
Yeah, hacker.
So what else we got going on? I know that Overwatch dropped their latest update.
Overwatch dropped their Halloween update.
Yeah.
Now, there was some debate on whether or not it was going to be today or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. They wanted to get it out, obviously, so people could enjoy it before Halloween.
Yeah.
So I was kind of assuming it would either be today or tomorrow. I logged in today, and there was a big old gig update, and I thought, holy shit, is it happening? Are they preloading files? What's going on? I loaded it up, and they have actually... they're just trying to just take that distinction between Overwatch and Team Fortress 2 and just close that gap so you don't even know the difference at this point. So they introduced a Horde mode.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. I saw the gameplay that you were showing me. And that just got me so friggin' excited. Because I always love games that have Horde mode. Like, say, zombies in the Call of Duty games. Things like... I just love just killing just shit tons of... Unreal Tournament 3, I think, was the first time that I really got into that whole... being swarmed by enemies.
Unreal Tournament, and then the mod Killing Floor.
Yes.
The Unreal Engine came out, and then, of course, Killing Floor 2, which is like the ultimate horde mode game.
I just love it. I absolutely love it, especially when you're doing it with a group of people and you're just having a good time and you can talk to them and be like, oh, they're coming in through the side entrance, blah, blah, you know?
So this actually has some interesting implications. I don't know the limitations of the engine, but, I mean, it seems to be able to have a lot going on all at once. Oh, excuse me, that soda's getting me. So, the current incarnation of horde mode is you have 4 players.
Okay.
Opposed to your 12 or maybe even 6 to a team. And it seems to be able to render a lot of enemies on the screen at once. I've only played it on easy because I'm a wimp. So I'll try normal and then hard and see if it actually increases the flow of enemies or maybe if it just ups their hit points.
Or their skill level a bit, too.
Or their skill level. Well, that's the thing is there's a class that's called a Bombardier. Oh, and by the way, there's Zomnics. There's zombie Omnics, okay, that you're fighting. Shh, no beagle barking. So...
She wants to be part of the podcast.
I know, it's just terrible. I want to play Overwatch. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but this can branch off into many different things. Because you can actually have, like, Omnic Crisis game modes. You can actually, fight in Omnic Wars now.
Like and the actual storyline, that'd be actually really cool.
And also, with the player cap, you've got, 12 players potentially.
Well, I told you that's what I felt was missing from the game.
Yeah.
Is some kind of story mode, even if it's like a cooperative story mode. Like because they have all that awesome backstory.
Like what Battleborn had.
Yeah. God, back to Battleborn again. You and Battleborn, I swear to God.
I wish it was good.
I swear to God, you and Battleborn.
But it had that. It had that. Well, not really a horde mode. It was kind of pseudo adventure mode, like Badlands, Borderlands. Yeah. It's like a dumpy adventure mode.
It's
a short adventure mode.
Bad Borders?
Bad Borders? Bad Borders.
Bad Borders. That's Bad Borders is where you find like the really crappy jeans and things like that. Like,
oh God.
Your shoes have already been worn in, and they have dog crap on the bottom of them.
You know what Donald Trump's favorite game is?
Oh God.
Borderlands. You couldn't see that coming? You couldn't see it?
No, I was thinking about the latest thing that came out, and I was just like, "Oh God!"
Oh no!
Don't say that on the podcast.
Borderlands.
Save that for the adult podcast later.
Oh God.
Speaking of which, just want to drop this. We will be starting an adult podcast that has nothing to do with the Nub. We will announce the name of it and everything like that when it's created. But if you guys want to hear us talk dirty, horrible, just downright obnoxious things, you probably want to listen to that podcast too.
I'm gonna say nice things.
Well, you'll say all the nice things. We'll do the Abbott and Costello thing. Like you'll be the straight man, and I'll be the guy that just says the most horrible things in the world.
I guess I'm just gonna have to pick this dog up. All right, I have a dog in my lap now.
All right,
here we go.
So what else is going on in the nerd community?
Well, I've been flirting with virtual reality. I've been trying to.
Are you trying to make a commitment now, or?
Well, I don't quite have the money to make a commitment. That's why I've been goofing with it with my phone and just trying various things.
It's like what, a month's salary is what you're supposed to spend before you really like.
Yeah, a month's salary. That's really what you're supposed to spend on VR. But through goofing with it and just looking at articles and reading updates on what's out there, Starbreeze Studios. What does that name mean to you?
Absolutely nothing right now.
They've made several games which are my favorite.
Okay.
One of which was a little game called Enclave. It was like a third person.
Yeah, I know Enclave.
Oh, Enclave, I loved it.
Well, explain it though for people that are listening.
It was
That's something we got to get more into too. Like when we say shit, we should probably explain it.
It's a great game. And people, what?
What game is that? Actually, I had this.
I'm 20. I never played that.
I had this girl I was talking to tell me, like, she started listening to the podcast and she's like, I really enjoy it. You guys are really funny. But there's a lot of things you guys talk about that I have no idea what you're talking about. So I'm like, we should probably explain stuff more. Like, we assume that because we're both nerds, that everybody listening is going to be, nerdy like us. So I think we need to get in the habit. I'll call you out, you call me out. If something comes up like Enclave, we can explain what it is so that people listening can go, oh, okay. Or people that are listening and go, I already know what that was, bro.
Yeah, you don't have to explain it.
As they fix their hipster glasses.
Yeah, or they're just monocle. I gotta bring that back.
It's
gonna be a monocle.
I have a monocle actually. I have a fantastic monocle.
I think you had you for your Halloween day.
Yeah, it's part of my attire. It goes with it. Oh, this year, not to get way off track, but this year I'm going to probably go this week actually to the costume store in the mall. Forget what they call it.
Spirit?
Yes, thank you. They have a steampunk top hat, because a top hat is part of my costume. They have a cool
Yeah.
steampunk top hat, but they have a cool steampunk cane with a cool steampunk skeleton on it, which I already have a cane with a skeleton on it, so now I can do like a... So I'm very excited about that. So completely off track, off subject there.
You know what I'm really upset about?
What's that?
I went there, and they have actually a fairly decent quality Beetlejuice suit.
Mhm.
I spent hours and hours and hours meticulously painting
Yes.
my Beetlejuice suit.
Mhm.
And
Please don't tell me this one's better than yours.
well, I don't think it is because I like the acrylic paint on it, how it looks crusty.
Yeah.
You know, kind of some of the edges are jagged. Like, to me, that's a real nice crusty look for a suit. You know, it's almost like, well, he's buried in the ground. You know, he's got a crusty jacket and crusty pants.
That's how it looks in the movie, too.
Yeah, I like that look. But this is like, you know, nice cut sewn fabric. All the edges are clean. I mean, it's a good Beetlejuice suit.
No, you can't do
but
that. I absolutely love, you know, this time of the year, period. But this is where all the, you know, there's a lot of women that, you know, start dressing in more they dress in provocative costumes and stuff.
You gotta have sexy Harambe. And,
exactly.
And sexy,
well,
you know,
have you seen the sexy Beetlejuices? Like the women that dress up like sexy Beetlejuice, and they don't
I've seen some pretty creative femme Beetlejuices.
Well, there's one I saw that I thought was absolutely hilarious because, you know, she's you know, got the suit on, but she doesn't have an undershirt, so, you know, the jacket's open enough so you can kind of see her cleavage. But in her cleavage, she has the mold like growing up her.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry. That's fantastic because it's like, okay, I'm doing like a sexier version of Beetlejuice, but I still am keeping true to Beetlejuice. Like Beetlejuice would just be dirty and disgusting. So here's cleavage, but here's cleavage with mold growing in it. And I don't know. That just tickled me.
That wax shit doesn't come out of your teeth.
We're still talking about the costume, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
thought you jumped ahead. I thought you jumped ahead to the next podcast already. Like.
No, the wax shit that you get to stain your teeth.
Oh, okay.
I did my teeth, and, you know, I was trying to do an authentic thing, so I did like the black tar look in the middle and the yellow stains, and it looked real good. But at the same time, I went to work the next day, and I looked like I had been smoking for probably about 15 years nonstop.
Or you had meth mouth.
Or I had meth mouth.
Yeah.
And everybody at work was like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. It was just Halloween. Halloween, bro.
It's like, what did you do on Halloween,
what
bro?
Did you do? Did you smoke all the meth? Oh, my God.
No wonder there's been a shortage in
meth
town.
And soda.
Oh, my God. So back to what we were originally talking about.
Studios, alright? So
Explain Enclave.
Enclave was a real cool third-person shooter game. It was kind of like an adventure, almost with some platforming elements, because I remember there were some pretty dumpy platforming sections that I absolutely hated.
I hate when game companies paste that stuff on, you know, like especially with a first person shooter that wasn't made to be a platformer, and then they start pasting on this whole like, hey, jump from this platform to this platform, and, you know, walk this straight line as best you can. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, it's not set up for this.
So they've done a couple of different games, and I think there's a studio branched off from them because there was another RPG, I believe, that was done before called Arx Fatalis, and that took place in like an underground world, and you were some deity that got transferred to this world to stop basically a demigod from ending the universe in that plane. So you're almost like a interdimensional cop in this, but it's a underground medieval society. And the shtick about this game was you actually had to draw the sigils of the spell on the screen with your mouse.
Oh, that's kind of
cool. So it was kind of a cool little dynamic for the game. But Starbreeze, I don't remember maybe they even made it, but the art styles between Enclave, Arx Fatalis, and several other games have kind of carried on as like the same. So this art style that these games have, I've always really liked. So Starbreeze has always kind of been a favorite of mine. And the reason I bring them up is because they are basically trying to be the Cadillac of, or what's I guess a good car nowadays, because Cadillac's not really...
Lexus, maybe
BMW?
Audi. Like, I love Audi, so maybe an
maybe
Audi.
I don't know, BMW, whatever. They are trying to be like the prime quality VR. Okay, so what they've done is they have made a 210 degree VR headset, which completely encompasses all of your peripheral vision.
Yeah.
So,
and you probably look cool as hell when you're wearing it.
No, it looks really goofy and heavy because it looks like they have two flat panels. at an angle to encompass the VR viewport.
I can't wait to see all the neck and back problems that people will develop with this whole VR thing, because especially gamers, because you know that we don't just game for an hour. You know, we're going to be sitting there for 8-10 hours with this heavy equipment on. Oh my god!
Lawnmower man shit.
I think you're gonna have to probably tie something to the headset and like tie it to your chair to keep your head straight up for you.
Well, that's another thing too. You know, the implications of needing to have room to move around to do these games, because not a lot of them. I'm assuming not a lot are going to be just sit down, look around, use the keyboard to move.
Yeah.
Because I would like that, because I don't care about moving around the room. I'd much rather sit.
That's why I stopped playing Pokemon Go.
Look around. Yeah, right? Oh my god. So the big push here is they're producing a game. They're making a John Wick game, and it's called John Wick: The Impossible Task.
Wait a minute. John Wick, the movie?
Keanu Reeves movie.
Are you serious?
This takes place in between the first and second film.
It's gonna be a whole lot of like unnecessary like punches and things like that. Shoot somebody in the leg, even though you could have shot them in the head. You know, do a bunch of more punches and kicks, and then shoot them in the head.
Yeah. Okay. So there's gonna be a lot of movement in this.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of unnecessary like extra.
So it looks like an interesting concept, and they very ironically called it "quote unquote" the impossible task.
Oh my god! Did somebody kill his cat?
I have no idea.
Somebody kills his cat this time, but
oh, the plot sounds dumpy. Like the guy explaining it is like, yeah, he goes back to his hotel, and the bad guy some guy from the first movie starts messing with him.
They went to his bar. They went to his fridge and they ate all the.
Then he gets revenge. Like,
they ate all the M&Ms out of his fridge.
Yeah, he ate all the M&Ms out of his fridge.
He's like, I can't afford $5 M&Ms.
And they replaced it with circus peanuts.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, so he gets revenge. So that's like the plot of the game. It's kind of goofy, but
they took the mints off his pillow.
Yeah. So their whole thing is they're trying to redefine the first-person shooter on the VR console. Now, they're releasing it for everything. They're going to produce it for Oculus, I assume. They said they're doing it for HTC, the Vive. Mm-hmm. So, but they're like creme de la creme version is going to be on it's called Star VR.
Okay.
Is the name of the company that apparently they've started.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm hopeful. Who's the guy that directed the Blue Neon Planet movie? James Cameron.
James Cameron, yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
James Cameron doesn't give a shit. He
Unobtainium?
Yeah. He's such a great writer. He doesn't like the idea of VR. He just thinks it's so like cliche and dumb.
Says the man who created Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, this is dumb. You're just going to be making a bunch of dumb video games for kids. So his response to this whole movement is
my response to him. My response to him is Unobtainium.
Yeah. You couldn't have come up with any other name. By the way, a name that was in the movie The Core, right? Didn't they call it?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. Actually,
it pushes harder than when you push on it. Whoa.
Oh my god,
that was so obnoxious. Not just my sound, but like that movie. It was bad.
Don't get me wrong. Avatar's a beautiful movie.
Sure,
it looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
but Unobtainium, and it was basically Dances with Wolves with mechs and ginormous blue people.
You're not wrong.
I'm not. I know I'm not.
Yeah, no, that's not wrong.
So,
floating islands. Isn't there an Avatar? Aren't they building like an Avatar ride?
I keep hearing this, like Disney or something.
Yeah.
Like what in the hell?
At Animal
No, they were
Kingdom.
talking about doing like an entire Avatar like land
section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
People got
bright
really
ideas
weird over that movie.
Yeah,
they really did. They're like, I want to move to Pandora.
Yeah,
like that's weird.
I don't even like when Pandora doesn't play the right music for me. Like,
not only that, but there's giant bugs and three-headed monsters and
then the same thing that you stick, like that comes out of your head that you stick into each other's thing together. You also stick into animals and everything else. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's a little dirty for me. Like I'm kind of a germaphobe. Like, I'm not sticking my connector into the same things that I stick my connector into.
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
They must be like a Barbie doll down there.
I guess. Just smooth as a bit as as nothing. Just whoop.
I guess when you can connect directly to somebody's brain.
Yeah. What do you need genitals for?
What do you need? Yeah.
So speaking of genitals, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Don't grab them.
So, moving right along.
I finally saw Turbo Kid.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I should have watched that.
Why did it take you so long?
I had a lot going on.
It's actually Kid Turbo.
Kid Turbo.
Isn't it?
Are you fucking with me?
Look it up this time.
I'm pretty sure it was Turbo Kid.
I think I'm right this time. I think this time I might actually be right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm pretty sure it's Kid Turbo. And there's people listening right now. They're like,
it's
Kid Turbo.
Autocorrect.
What's it say?
It beat me to it. Turbo Kid.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's Kid Turbo.
Kid.
No.
Turbo Kid 2015. There's the poster.
So it's Turbo.
There's no way I could have photoshopped that.
Okay, but is he not called Kid Turbo in the movie then?
No.
Man, why am I so wrong at this?
He's just the kid.
Okay.
That's what he's.
Anyways, back. So I just suck at life.
Yeah, basically.
Was it
Paul
Giamatti?
Yeah, what the? I don't even remember what you called him.
Giovanni.
Paul Giovanni. That's I love how the young version of him is called Young the Kid.
Young the Kid. All right, so continue.
For
those who haven't seen Turbo Kid.
There you go.
Okay. God damn it. Man. For those who haven't seen Turbo Kid, it's basically, how can I explain it? It's like the post-apocalyptic movies from the 80s, like the really cheesy post-apocalyptic movies from the 80s, and they purposely went out of their way to make it feel that way.
It's like Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. It's like they kind of pull from movies like Cherry 3000, Mad Max kind of, but not really. But there's a lot of really cheesy movies in the 80s. They're all Mad Max wannabes, and they were just great.
Well, the fight scenes were
the fight
best.
scenes were
I mean, that's like straight up Phantasm.
Yes.
I mean, just the
chopping somebody in half, and then that half of the body landing on top of somebody else's head, and then they're still trying to fight. So you've got like
the blood shooting off, and the body walking around without a head flapping. Just the ridiculous
just beautiful.
Stuff.
Just absolutely beautiful.
It was a lot of goofy goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
And it had a love story in it that actually was almost sad. Like it almost made my eyes sweat. Like
she's 30.
Who? The one that plays the girl?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's 30. She was 29 or 28 when they made that movie.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She must be bathing in the blood of like virgins and stuff.
I don't know. She's in a Canadian cop show.
Mm.
So I found out it's like 19-2 or something like that. I'm like, I gotta watch this show.
Yeah.
Because it actually has a couple actors I recognize. Because apparently Sci-Fi does a lot of production out of Canada.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't that a Canadian movie?
Turbo Kid?
Yeah.
Probably.
I believe it was. I think there's like some kind of like thing in the...
Well, I know that because I remember there's a lot of actors that I've noticed in Sci-Fi that are like Canadian actors.
Yeah.
And they all do like, they always pick from the same pool of people, so I'm assuming.
Oh my God, is that so? Canada's not only going to be, they're not going to be number one in comedy. Now they're going to be like number one in like sci-fi, like cheesy,
sci-fi shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised because I've kind of known it for years. Mm-hmm. But Canada actually has a pretty good Canadian wood. Canada wood.
I think
what would you Montreal wood?
There you go.
I guess I don't know what the hell you call Canada's film industry, but whatever you call it, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean you got Bollywood, Hollywood, and then Canada wood.
Alberta wood? No matter what you say, it just sounds like some type of Canadian city, like something like.
Or like some kind of tree.
Quebec wood. Quebec's big, right?
Yeah, Quebec's big. Yeah.
Quebec.
Oh my God.
Pretty sure I've heard Canadians call it Quebec.
I am Canadian.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh well, how do you say it?
I just told you.
Oh, it is Quebec.
Quebec.
Oh.
But anyways. So you finally saw the movie.
Finally saw it. I enjoyed it.
You could have kicked yourself, I bet, huh? You're
like,
why
didn't
I watch this
why
sooner?
didn't I watch this? This is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous in a great way, though.
There
needs to be more movies like that out there. It's like that and what was the other movie that we were talking about earlier?
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury, yeah. Those kind of movies just make my day.
There's a Swedish action movie. I think it was called Cop, K-O-P-P.
Uh-huh.
That kind of like, I think it like inspired Kung Fury.
You down with K-O-P-P? Yeah, you know.
Because I think it's actually the same production crew that did Cop that did Kung Fury.
I'll have to look it up.
And there's this one scene where this guy, he kicks this gun up in the air and like reloads it in his pants, and then like the gun shoots out his fly and he thrusts
to shoot the gun.
The bad guys. You
had
to have seen that.
No, I haven't, but it sounds to me like Dusk Till Dawn. You know what I'm talking about with what do they call him? The guy that has he's got the gun, as a codpiece, and it's got two barrels on it.
How do I not remember this?
Are you serious? I think they call him like Sex Machine or something like that.
I remember the Gundick Man.
Oh my god, you have to rewatch Dusk Till Dawn then because.
Well, it's been a long time.
And he
since
thrusts
I've
to
seen
shoot
that
the
movie.
gun.
You know
like,
what always happens in my head whenever I think of Dusk Till Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
Scenes from John Carpenter's Vampires.
Oh, I can see that.
Always reach into my head.
There's
come to
a
think
lot
of
of
it,
similarities.
James Woods. I fucking love James Woods.
Oh, yeah.
That movie's so great to me. I remember seeing that. He was immortalized in my mind as a badass from that movie.
Speaking of horror flicks, so I had a friend over, and we watched the ABCs of Death. Well, I'm sorry, we didn't finish watching the ABCs of Death, because it turns out it's like 3 hours long.
Oh my god.
And it is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Like, a lot of it's laughable, and... Well, a lot of it's laughable, great cornball, right?
Yeah.
But then other parts of it just get ridiculously, like, you're just unable to watch it.
So it's like The Incredible Bulk.
I guess. Don't know what you're talking about, but...
Oh, you write that down.
I will.
I'll YouTube it for you.
The Incredible Bulk. So,
so bad.
like, at one point in time, they have, it was one, because they're from all over the world, like, different little little mini-movies for each, part of the alphabet, and some of them were okay, but a good portion of them were really crappy. And for one of them, it was like in Japan, and it was like F is for fart, and that's the way that that they die. And this girl,
that would be Japan.
Yeah, well, it's like the girl's like in her little schoolgirl outfit, that whole 9 yards, and she really has to fart, and then people are coming around her, and she ends up this angry Japanese god starts destroying the world, and so she and another friend run off to be together alone, and she farts accidentally, and the other girl's like, oh, I need to fart too, and she's like, please fart in my face, basically, and she like gets down on her knees and lets her fart in her face, and she's whiffing it in like it's a drug, and it's coming out like yellow or something, and then all of a sudden it envelops her, and then she sucks it all back into her own butt and sucks the girl in with it, and then the girl's inside of her with the fart. It's like, I have no idea what's going on.
Some just weird Japanese porn that
It's basically
that
what
they
it
put
was.
into this collection of horror.
There were little things like that in there. They were just like, what in the world am I watching right now?
This is uncomfortable.
I'm gonna finish watching it just because it's that horrible, and I just have to get. I think I'm at letter. I want to say I'm like L maybe, and it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, you got to be careful with stuff like that, especially on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There was a funny prank video I saw where this video camera set up and these girls are sleeping, and then her friend's coming up and these two girls are in the bed, and this girl's like sneaks up on him and then just straight up like crop dust both of them. Yeah. Extremely loud fart. And how she wiggles and does it, it's fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. I died laughing watching that video. Mm-hmm. Well, then all of a sudden, YouTube apparently thought I like fart fetish videos. And started, videos you might like to watch. And I'm like...
Yeah, I'm worried about that because it was on Netflix.
I had no idea how to clear my YouTube history because I didn't know that sort of thing was
you just have to keep watching.
YouTube.
You just have to keep watching wholesome videos over and over and over.
Like, what the hell do I do? I don't like fart fetish. This is weird.
I'm worried about my Netflix, oh, so you liked the ABCs of Death, here's a bunch of crazy Japanese fart
movies. Japanese fart fetish videos, woohoo! So I'm like, I finally figured out how to clear it, but, oh my god, there was like, my friend that showed me the video, he's like, well, I wondered what the hell was wrong, because this shit kept popping up in my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh my god.
I would disown that friend. I would never talk to them again. Like, thanks a
lot,
look what you did to me.
It was like Break.com or something, or, one of these, goofy websites that aggregates it, and then you go and watch it on YouTube, and then you're fucked.
Like the old E-Bombs world and stuff. So... I still think that we should take credit for it.
The Clownopolis.
Exactly. Clownopocalypse.
I can't talk today.
Clownopocalypse 2016. We really need to take credit for it. I really think because our podcast launched well before this whole clown thing started. Yeah. And we talked about the ice cream truck and the clowns. If you don't know what we're talking about, please go listen to episode 0. It is worth the listen.
We should get credit like when they do the etymology of the memes.
Yes.
We really ought to go in
like
there
at the bottom it should say like, Nub Podcast. But
clown talk.
I swear to God. So more and more clown sightings, right? Yeah. And I wonder, though, personally, because I have not seen a damn clown anywhere. Yeah. I wonder, personally, if it's just media hype, just like everything else.
A lot of it's media hype. I think a lot of it's just people goofing. Because several of the sightings have been fake. They've been determined to be fake.
Well, and then there's the YouTube videos that are coming out, and or the little videos that are coming out that are fake as well. Like they have one where there's like 3 guys dressed like clowns in a parking lot, and like one was dragging a shovel and stuff like that, and they see like a group of like 5 or 6 young guys. And
they
at first
beat the clown's asses.
Well, at first they seem like they're all scared, so they run across. It's completely fake. There's no way in hell that video is correct or is real. Because who's taping it at the time? First off, like
the clown cameraman. I
guess.
Of
course. So that was
just taping your friends getting their asses kicked. That's real cool.
I don't know, like this. I think it's like the Zika and everything else.
Well, my YouTube. I'm my deep love for YouTube drama.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And through my investigations into YouTube, a lot of these, exposed videos that, one YouTube does on another. Basically, every single one of these social media, social experiment, prank video channels are fake.
Yeah, they're all fake.
They're all fake. There's not a single real one out there.
I left my wallet on the street, and this guy picked it up, and I followed him, and he bought some shoes, and I swore I thought he used my card, and this, that, and the other thing, but it turns out he didn't use my card, and he's a great person, and blah, blah. It's like, come on, man.
And this is made apparent by the fact that one channel that actually did do a prank, they did like a robbery at a museum or something. They got arrested.
Oh, nice.
So... Yeah, you actually get arrested when you do shit like that.
Yes, absolutely.
It was in like France or something, I forget. But yeah, don't do it's just a prank, bro.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Although I don't know if I discussed this before, but there was one article and it was a fake story about a guy dressed as a clown scaring people, and somebody actually shot him.
No.
And this is on Facebook, and I made the comment on there. I had this big long story, basically summing it up. I said, I'd like to imagine that after he got shot, as he laid down on the ground, he looked up to the sky and saw the clouds passing overhead and just held his wound and was trying to stop the blood loss and slowly said, "It's just a prank, bro."
It's just a prank.
Everybody was like, that's so morbid. That's terrible. Somebody got shot. I'm like, well,
oh my goodness.
It's a funny comment. I mean,
so got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have any tattoos?
Okay. So when I was in 5th grade, a pencil stabbed my hand and deposited some graphite.
Not the same,
right
bro.
There. So that's a tattoo right
Not
there.
the same, bro.
Yeah, that's a tattoo.
So no tattoos.
No.
All right. What is your feeling towards like nerd tattoos? Like tattoos of like, like your nerddoms, the things that you like. Say, like the Star Wars tattoos or like the Mario Brothers tattoos, or do you have any strong opinions about that? Are you against tattoos in general?
I think those are much cooler than the vast majority of other tattoos that are out there. Like what I would classify as douche-toos.
Oh, like a tribal panther, like jumping over barbed wire.
Yeah, or my favorite is like when people get like generic text. Like and it's especially if it's great if it's misspelled.
Oh my god, that is the best.
That is so.
Or they get like a really long passage of some sort. That's just like.
Give me the strength to overcome this diarrhea, Lord.
Give
me
John.
That's oddly specific.
Give me John 20:25.
Yeah, right, like a passage. Like that's kind of strange. Or a practical tattoo. Your name, address, phone number.
That would be good. I'm a diabetic. Yeah, something like that would be.
Yeah. Pedophile. I mean, there's a lot of things you can tattoo on someone to get good information.
I don't know. See, okay, the way I look, tattoos to me should be a very personal thing.
Should mean something.
Yeah, it should mean something to you. It doesn't have to mean something to anybody else. So if you get a tattoo that is like a Bible passage or whatever, that's cool. That's fine. Yeah. If you get like the cartoon character, or like a something that you like, in that respect on you, that's fine. I do not like the generic tattoos though, where I see a lot. I see a lot of it's almost like the same tattoos, like
it's the people show up to the, what it is. They show up to the tattoo shop and they have the books of tattoos, and they go, "I want that one."
Yeah.
And then I call them the sticker tattoos.
Yeah.
It's just that everybody's got the same butterfly. Everybody's got the same glitter fairy. Everybody's got the same this.
Well, my glitter fairy is a little different from most people's. It's a tramp stamp. It's right. On the back of my back. Yeah, it does glow in the dark, but it's also got a little halo over it.
You know what the funniest thing is?
What's that?
I actually met people and know people who have a rash of the sticker tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what they do. They go out and they get, got a new tattoo. And it's like, freaking, it's just one
like
of those.
They get a whole sleeve of sticker tattoos.
And it's like, what are you doing?
That's so non-committal, though. I like it. I love it.
All you got to do is talk to the artist and say, hey, this is what I would like. It's probably going to be a little bit more money, but at least they'll make you something that's meaningful that you like. I mean, hey, do a fucking sleeve of Hawaiian flowers. That's a popular one with ladies.
Yeah, ladies love the Hawaiian flowers.
I like that one. That's cool. Mm-hmm. The Hawaiian flower tattoos are all right.
Yeah.
The Rock, he's got a whole bunch of tattoos.
I was gonna say, people have tattoos of The Rock on them.
Well, yeah, they probably do.
I want to get a full body tattoo of The Rock on my body.
Yeah.
So people think I'm The Rock. Like, even though I'm out of shape and everything like that, they'll just be like, "Holy crap, is that The Rock?" Yeah.
He looks like The Rock. That's actually. So, side note, I've had this interesting theory because a lot of these makeup artists that do cosplay and stuff can do amazing makeup work.
Oh yeah.
And they can make your face look like somebody else's face.
Absolutely, yeah.
What if you got a celebrity convincingly tattooed on your face? Like, that's possible.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that would be crazy. You wouldn't even have to cut your face off.
Just get Brad Pitt tattooed on your face,
or Nicolas Cage.
I knew you were gonna go there. As soon as you said face off, I knew that was the next step.
She agrees.
You can get Cage, and I'll get Travolta.
You know what I'm gonna do one day, because my sister avidly hates Nicolas Cage. Mm-hmm. One day I'm going to get someone somewhere
to tattoo Nicolas Cage on you.
Well, makeup to do like Nicolas Cage makeup.
You kind of have a Nicolas Cage-esque look.
Not too much of a divergence.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to show up at her house and just stand there,
just be like, we have to get the map off the Declaration of Independence
before I burst into flames on a motorcycle, and just combine all the movies and get my face cut off.
And I gotta save my baby from a biker from hell.
He's apparently broke. That's sad.
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
How is he broke?
I guess he got into some money.
He stopped working. He stopped working for a year, and then he just can't.
Taxes.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, he went the whole Wesley Snipes way.
Yeah, I don't understand the brilliance behind that. Like, I'm just not gonna pay my taxes. Screw it. Yeah. Government don't play. They don't care how popular you are.
Do you remember when Wesley Snipes did a movie, and it was called Hard Time, and it was about being in prison? And it was after the whole tax scandal that he had.
Yeah, but did he go to? I mean, he didn't go to like a real prison. He probably went to like.
So. I think
he went to one of those like very low security.
Well,
like he gets out on the weekends and shit. Like,
I thought they outlawed debtors' prisons years ago. Like, you can't go to jail for owing debt. Mm-hmm. But I think some of the stuff that had happened, if you willfully engage in fraud, that's a whole other. You're going to jail for that.
Absolutely.
And I think there were some questions about like with. No, that's no. I started thinking of for some reason I thought he was in. Did he get involved with Tybo?
I have no idea.
I thought he got involved with Tybo.
You know a lot more about Wesley Snipes than I do.
Yeah.
My Wesley Snipes trivia knowledge pretty much stops at Blade 3.
Yeah. I want to say I thought he got together with Billy Blanks, and he did an infomercial. I have no idea.
Who knows?
But I just wanted, something he did. He got into some tax problems and then made an ironic movie. Hard Time.
Hard Time. So, yeah. Apparently, I was talking to my friend Chuck.
Yep.
He is really ready to come on this podcast.
Is he ready this time?
Yeah, he's ready. So, I was talking to you earlier about maybe doing having
How's his health?
Well, his BMI is actually
He's getting good. Good.
His blood pressure's great.
He's always been a skinny guy.
So, I was talking to you before we started taping the podcast about possibly doing the female nerds coming in to talk to us and that kind of thing this Saturday. But that's a bust. One of them says that she'll be out of town, so we maybe can try for next Saturday. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking if Chuck is still down, he can come in this Saturday.
DTP.
Down to podcast. That's right. I was gonna say DTB down to bitch because it's gonna be gonna be a bitch fest between he and I. So.
Oh God, that's right. We got to get this.
It's gonna be the argument of the century, ladies and gentlemen.
I can moderate.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what
and
I'm hoping for.
then I'll pick one of you to just ask really hard questions.
Yes, and then the other one will get softballed.
Just softball.
Yeah, he can be
because you know why? It's because I don't want to end up committing suicide like everybody else that's asked a certain person hard question. No, I'm sorry. So conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just a conspiracy theory.
Oh my God, no political stuff. So
just a joke, bro.
Just a joke, bro. So I'm hoping that we can get him here this Saturday, and that will be really interesting. I think, just to hear his side of the story, because all we've heard so far is my side of the story. Yeah. For those who haven't been listening for very long, haven't heard their old episodes, I'm talking about this time that my buddy Chuck took me to go LARPing Vampire Masquerade in the park in Cocoa, and which he says never happened. I'm completely maybe I was high, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it happened.
I had a situation like that. Mm-hmm. I distinctly remember.
So that we can have your person on the show.
I'll have my brother on here. And I distinctly remember this. I had this little, and all it really was these damn copper brackets, because in Maine you got your basement, right? Mm-hmm. And, it's pretty genius that you don't build pipes into your foundation. Mm-hmm. So when they burst, it explodes and ruins your cement and destroys an entire room.
Yeah.
I know architects in Florida are pretty. So
I don't get it.
Why would you do that, buddy? So up north, if you have a problem with your pipes, you can just go in your basement and replace it. But there's this little bracketing. It's I don't know, half, quarter inch, 3/4 inch thick.
Yeah.
And it's pretty thin and bendable because it's made of copper.
Yeah.
And some of them are shaped like a little hook. So it's got a little semicircle hook on the end. And, we always use one because we had a furnace and a chimney in our old farmhouse. And, you'd always use it as a fire poker, right? It was just a fucking copper fire poker we'd use it as. So, I was really, really young. And I remember being yelled at because I put it in the thing and left it in there and it got hot, right? Yeah. And I was told, don't do it again. So maybe it was a dream. I don't know. I'm gaslit at this point. I'm doubting my own memory. But I remember I thought, my brother put it in the oven, and I got in trouble for it. So for years and years and years, I always brought that up as my go-to, thing. When I had done something wrong, I'd always bring up the hook in the oven because he got me in trouble, and no one else in my family remembers this. So I guess maybe it's a dream.
It could have been.
But I always would bring it up. And then, of course, now today, he laughs and laughs and laughs if I bring it up because it's the most ridiculous damn thing ever.
You're delusional.
Yeah.
You're delusional, bro.
But maybe it was a dream. I don't know.
Maybe. It's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, Miss Peregrine's School for Unusual Children is out. I really want to go see it. Yeah. And then the hurricane hit, so I'm going to try and see it sometime this week, probably tomorrow or Thursday.
Good. Yeah.
I really want to talk about it on the next podcast, so we shall see.
Sure.
Be great if we could both see it and then talk about it, but maybe we can see it together.
Ooh,
how you doing?
Whoa.
Do the little popcorn trick.
Whoa. That's a classic. I haven't seen that in a while.
The popcorn trick?
Yeah.
Shows how old we are. Let's go back to talking about our health problems.
I still am amazed that when
I got my back
popped. When I got my back popped by that chiropractor, I can actually bend over now.
That's so it begins.
It's ridiculous. The fact that I can tie my shoes.
Also, I want to talk about. I'm going to start calling it the countdown to Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
A while back, I think I actually mentioned on the podcast here how I backed a Kickstarter for a Ninja Turtles board game.
Yeah.
$150, something like that, and it's supposed to be, all these great pieces and yada yada yada. Still hasn't shown up yet, bro. I'm going on 5 months, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm getting kind of concerned. Last
update
sure you didn't
was get catfished. It was a different Facebook page.
It could have been. Yeah. I could have been catfished. But I'm getting kind of nervous, bro. So we're gonna keep the
which one is it? Which backing is it?
Kickstarter.
Okay, so you should get refunded though if they don't deliver on their deliverables.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But if they keep stringing you along, then it just extends the whole process. So we'll see. But I I will start keeping an update. It's gonna be Ninja Turtle Watch 2016.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll stay within 2016, because if it moves into 2017, I'm gonna be really upset.
Just like Cyberpunk 2077.
Exactly.
I'm really upset about that.
Anything else you got?
I haven't played a good Cyberpunk game in a long time.
Yeah.
No, just my goofings in and out with Overwatch. I'll probably have a review next week.
I cannot wait to play it. When I get home today, I'm gonna go and get on. I will report to you how it plays on the console, because you're on the PC, I'm on the console, so I'll report to you, or to everybody, how it plays on the console. But I'm really excited about this whole Horde thing. Like, I had no idea. I've been with the hurricane. I've been working like crazy. I've just been busy. But I cannot wait. What's going on in the local community right now? Honestly, I don't have anything that I know of going on right now. I know that there is things going on, so just check the Nerds United in Brevard Facebook page, and I'll post whatever's going on locally there.
Or if you find any comments or find anything, we can post it in the comment section. Ooh.
That's true. The Haunted History Tour that I do is coming up soon. I'll have some dates for you guys.
What day are you doing that on?
Well, that's why I have some dates for you guys.
I realize
it's like the last 2 weeks of the month, and then it's the last 2 weekends of the month, Friday and Saturday, and then Halloween, which this year is a Monday, I think.
Yeah.
So
Dumpy Monday.
Yeah, and also I should be going to Halloween Horror Nights next week.
It sounds scary.
Oh my goodness. But if I'll give a report on that if I go.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I could do that anymore.
No?
I did it when I was younger, but the whole issue of people jumping out at me.
Oh, yeah.
Probably wouldn't be good.
Yeah, so not anymore.
I'm just avoiding the whole thing.
You might get taken down. What are we at time-wise?
55.
Okay. I think we can cut it now. I thank you guys for listening again. I hope that everybody made it through Hurricane Matthew. All right. Without any real issues.
And if you need to buy fence post replacements, don't bother, because Lowe's, Home Depot, and everywhere else is completely out of 4x4 by 6 and 8 foot fence posts.
So that's your public service announcement.
PSA. Believe me, I drove around and looked, and I was pissed. But you bet, sure, they have tons of fucking plywood now.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Oh, real quick, as a PS before we cut this off, during the hurricane, I was at work, stuck where I was, but I brought board games.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to comment how fantastic it was that I was actually able to share my love of board games with people that don't normally play board games. And now everybody that was playing with at that time that I work with is like, hey, you want to bring some board games next time we're working? It's like, that'd be awesome, except for the fact that we're supposed to be working. But
we're working this time.
Anyways, so I guess it's a sign off from the Murse.
This is Felton.
And I hope you guys have a good week.
Bye. Oh, bye.